like home.
Alright, today we are vlogging
the records department. Beyond, above, below were swarms of workers engaged in an unimaginable multitude of jobs. There were the huge printing shops with their sub-editors, the typography experts, and their elaborately equipped studios for the faking of photographs. There was the teleprogram section, with its engineers, its producers, and its team of actors specifically chosen for their skill in imitating voices. There were the armies of reference clerks, whose job was simply to draw up lists of books and periodicals which were due for recall. There were the vast repositories where the corrected documents were stored, and the hidden furnaces where the original copies were destroyed. And somehow or other, quite anonymous, they were the directing brains who coordinated the whole effort and laid down the lines of policy which made it necessary that this fragment of the past should be preserved, that one falsified and the other rubbed out of existence. And the records department, after all, was itself only a single branch of the Ministry of Truth, whose primary job was not to reconstruct the past, but to supply the citizens of Oceania with newspapers, films, textbooks, telescreen programs, plays, novels, with every conceivable kind of information, instruction, or entertainment, from a statue to a slogan, from a lyric poem to a biological treatise, and from a child's spelling book to a Newspeak dictionary. And the ministry had not only to supply the multifarious needs of the party, but also to repeat the whole operation at a lower level for the benefit of the proletariat. There was a whole chain of separate departments dealing with proletarian literature, music, drama, and entertainment generally. Here were produced rubbishy newspapers containing almost nothing except sport, crime, and astrology, sensational 5-cent novelettes, films oozing with sex, and sentimental songs which were produced entirely by mechanical means. That was an excerpt from George Orwell's 1949 novel, 1984. New cases, did you hear? Doesn't matter, we got an article for every single one, because it's real. In the book 1984, everyone had the 2 minutes of hate, where they would go and they would show this man, Emmanuel Goldstein, who would speak out of the time before they all took over and how it was this scam and everything that's going on and how it's really a prison and all this stuff. So every single day, they bombard the public with upsetting images of him and complete slander. The book states that he was demanding the immediate conclusion of peace with Eurasia. He was advocating freedom of speech, freedom of press, freedom of assembly, freedom of thought. He was crying hysterically that the revolution had been betrayed. But he recounts that what was strange was that although Goldstein was hated and despised by everyone, although every day and 1,000 times a day on platforms, on the telescreen, in newspapers and books, his theories were refuted, smashed, ridiculed, and held up to general gaze for the pitiful rubbish that they were. In spite of all this, his influence never seemed to grow less. Always there were, quote, fresh dupes waiting to be seduced by him, and a day never passed when spies and saboteurs acting under his directions were not unmasked by the thought police. How could you tell how much of it was lies? Well, when they erased the traces of everything before it, you can't tell how much is lies.
Let me tell you this. From the beginning, there was never any war between the United States and the Soviet Union. It was created by those at the top to fund the New World Order. and the New World Order's police force. At the highest levels of all countries, they all belong to the same club. And we, the people, sit back and we watch this grand drama which is being played out for our benefit, not theirs. If it wasn't for us, they wouldn't even have to do any of this. But you see, they just can't come out and destroy all of us because they need slaves. They need people to make their shoes, and make their cars, and mine the ore. They need worker bees, and that's what we are. In the New World Order, we will be the worker bees, the slaves.
So the Orwellian view of the vision of the future wasn't too far off based on this scenario.
George Orwell was just like me. He was a low-level member of British intelligence who was appointed to a position high enough where he saw the same documents that I saw. And he tried to warn the world just like I'm trying to warn the world, only he wasn't willing to take the risk that I'm willing to take, so he wrote it in a book called 1984 and spelled out exactly what's coming as a warning to the people of the world, as a work of fiction. But you notice that that work of fiction really stirred people up because they knew that it wasn't fiction. In their heart of hearts, everyone who's read that book knows that it's coming.
Get ready.
Senator, you're up for election in 3 short years. What are your thoughts on it?
I'm sorry, I had a hard time hearing you.
That's okay. What are your thoughts on running for re-election in 2026?
What are my thoughts about what?
Running for re-election in 2026.
That's
Did you hear the question, Senator? Running for re-election in 2026? All right, I'm sorry, you all. We're going to need a minute. Senator. Benny.
okay.
Somebody else have a question? Please speak up.
Go!
He's not only playing music, but as you can see, also remaining just a touch outrageous. Jane?
All right, thank you, Boyd.
Before we go ahead here, did you want to ask this guy from the New York Times anything, or should we just have him sit here?
Who's your guest, Tom?
This guy's named Bill Carter, Don. He's with the New York Times.
You know, I didn't vote for him, but I thought... Hey, Tom?
Yeah, Don.
You know who you ought to get on that show?
Who's that?
You know, Lee Armstrong, first man on the moon?
No. Neil Armstrong, first man on the moon.
Listen, a buddy of mine that works at the county says when he landed, he had a deal with a Japanese thermos company, and he stepped out on the moon and started drinking soup. And they run that commercial in Japan, and Armstrong makes $2 million a year off it.
Is that right? Well, you know what they say about the thermos, Don?
Huh?
You know what they say about the thermos?
No.
Yeah, well, it keeps hot things hot and cold things cold, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but how do it know?
How y'all are? I'm glad for you to see me, I guarantee. You know, I always like to start these things off with the story, and we're chopping up the various things we're going to put into one of the dishes we're going to cook today. It made me think about these two friends.
You know what I'm gonna ask about the Earth. Like she is like a flat, or like the football, like the ball.
Sick food. 600 health professionals and scientists, including Dr. Arvid Carlson, a Nobel laureate of medicine, are calling on Congress to ban the use of fluoride immediately. Among the petitioners, Bob Carton, a former Environmental Protection Agency scientist. He says fluoridating water was a mistake from the beginning.
It was a foolish thing to do years ago. They didn't have enough information. They hadn't really been tested.
In fact, a 2005 Centers for Disease Control study found too much fluoride has caused irreversibly discolored teeth in 1 out of 3 children. And a major report by the National Academy of Sciences says toxic levels can lead to severe, permanent pitting of the enamel in children. Fluoride can also build up in the bones to cause pain, stiff joints, and skeletal abnormalities when they get older.
It's a cumulative poison. It just gradually builds up and it gradually causes harm.
But the EPA isn't about to make any quick decisions.
Check this out.
You know what I'm gonna ask about the Earth. Like she is like a flat, or like the football, like the ball.
Hey, want to listen to some tunes?
I was like, what is this about? What?
That's okay though. For being so young, you're very, very smart. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So keep up the good work, man, and stay flat, okay?
Okay, I'm a flat earther. She couldn't do it. I'm a flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther. I'm a flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther. I'm a flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther, flat earther. Hey, my name is Tristan and I'm in second grade and I asked my teacher to show me an experiment where water curves. She couldn't do it because it doesn't curve. The water always finds its level.
What'd your teacher do?
She just didn't talk to me anymore. All she did was walk away. And I was like, what is this about? What?
That's okay though. For being so young, you're very, very smart. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So keep up the good work, man, and stay flat, okay?
Okay, I'm a flat earther. She couldn't do it.
Rip this up for sound bites. This is awesome.
So Paul Michael did a diss track about me. Him and Neil deGrasse Tyson think they can rap now. Okay. I'm in.
Like some of them think that the plain windows,
What's
because
going
they're
on?
curved,
What's in rap now?
they make
Filling
the
up
earth look
with a
like a
song
curve.
for your mom.
Okay, they've
Tell
got
her Earth's wet
explanation.
and her ass is the bomb. Tell her Iraq cells cracked away Ron. Tell her I'll be back with a smack for her son. Then tell her she's fat like a Renaissance cunt. Tell her she's whack like a 90s pun. Then start a slow clap when the rap's all done. Tell her all that, then tell her one more. Tell her that you were the son of a whore. When she asks Sue and tells you to snitch, tell her that her son is a son of a bitch. Anyway, it's me, Yoga Guy, weaponized version 2.3. Here to bring truth to the unwashed masses. Force you to put on your they live glasses. But you see, was I right? The Earth's fucking flat, Holocaust denied. Hitler was full of your mind. Masons a tool singing Shalom Lahaim. Jesuits too, they're the Vatican kind. The presidents come from a royal bloodline. Well, the Jews choose which fool's ass is assigned. The government's leading in mafia crime. The word broken down means control of the mind. They probably would kill me for making this rhyme. And when they do that, take the hint as a sign. The Dubé was right all along the whole time. Once you go flat, there's no going back. The plan of attack, stick to the facts. The whole thing will fall when we give up the ball and prove that the earth isn't moving at all. So it's time to commit, put an end to this shit. Draw lines in the sand, take sides with the fan with the minds that they can. Show lies when the man realizes the plan is to take all they can. Educate yourself first, then take a stand so you can demand the truth and command the proof in your hands. When nukes on the damn mails, you can remain calm and say you're all wrong. It's a fact that this flat, bitch. NASA stole trillions and gave you CGI pics. The rise and if it drops 20 miles up, still in the same spot. Flat is not as dumb as you thought. I can prove you're not moving, whether you like it or not. See that light called the North Star in the middle of the sky like a bullseye. It's gonna be there the rest of your life. It ain't moving, and neither are you and the rest of the earth. That would be incongruent with the fact that you'd have to be assuming that North Star just happens to be zooming perfectly with you and me for eternity. That's stupid. Once you go flat, there's no going back. The plan of attack is stick to the facts. Not bolting the fall when we give up the fall and prove that the earth isn't moving at all. So it's time to commit, put an end to the shit. Draw lines in the sand, take signs to dam up the minds if you can. Show lines when the man realize that the plan is to take all they can. Educate yourself first, then take a stand so you can demand the truth and command the proof in your hands when nukes on the damn mouths. You can remain calm and say you're all wrong. It's a fact that earth is flat, bitch. NASA stole trillions and gave you CGI pics. You know. Go! So Paul Michael made a diss track about me. Him and Neil deGrasse Tyson think they can rap now. Okay. I'm in.
Anyone's free to take advantage of that. That's what they're doing. And that's why psychological warfare is basically like it's an inevitability and a necessity. And so for people to think that we're not making it, that it's now, or that hasn't needed to be there for hundreds of years, it's like, well then that's just like a symptom of the propaganda that you live so delusionally in this matrix that you really question that people are doing that. You remember that line from the Truman Show movie where they interview the architect, the guy on the moon, and they're like, why do you think Truman has never once questioned the false realities that led to, he says, man accepts the reality in which he's presented. I haven't seen that movie yet. I gotta maybe I'll see it. You grow up in whatever culture that you happen to grow up in this world. And until you're older, you just think that this is the way it happens everywhere. This is going everywhere. This is the way it's normal. Right. And see, I feel like it is up to a person's responsibility to realize that no, that's not how reality works. That's not like people just kind of learn to inhabit reality under things like guidelines. Those are things that they overlay over themselves. So for me, growing up, a lot of social conventions that are like, it just seemed completely arbitrary. And I feel like most people just kind of went by them because they gave their ego a sense of purpose and a sense of understanding, but it's not actually, but it's all superficial. Like, it's not knowledge that actually benefits anything. It's just like a superficial understanding of reality that they've kind of ingrained into themselves. You don't want to shun the group and someone who isn't playing their part that they've been assigned. And, you know, obviously you can tell, like, oh, I'm probably going to be seen as disruptive and unproductive. I'm not going with the flow, but, you know, obviously it's the artificial flow. Right. And I feel like, but even feeling that must come out of like a deeper sense of just like, I don't know how to word it off the top of my head. You don't want to be isolated, and loneliness is a bitch. Kind of. I think we have like an evolved medicine. controlled by just the herd component, but they're not like super independent enough, where they're just individualistic, which would not be good.
Yeah, we find ourselves in a, right on the cusp of both sides.
And like, I know a lot of people
hermit, right? Like there are people being hermits, and they're surviving. You can live alone, or you can go live in a city, or you can live anywhere in between, in a small town or a farm community or wherever. You'll make it happen any way that you choose to.
Yeah,
it's crazy, man. But is there a right, a single right choice when it comes to that? Probably not. But variety is the spice of life, and we live a long life, and we can enter into densely packed areas, but then also, I think it's beneficial to kind of do your rounds in different situations.
I don't know if it'd be integrate, I think there's another word, but just kind of work with other people, then I feel like it gives you a more objective sense of like reality.
Now,
I guarantee it.
On them. They get one of these wide, 5 or 4 foot wide bateau boat, not a pirogue, no, a bateau. That's a flat bottom boat.
My name is Joe Biden. I don't like Twitter either.
Put it back, and when he's putting it back on his pocket there, he slipped and he fall overboard.
Live up to the legacy and example of Jim.
I guarantee them, I guarantee.
Destroy you. Luke, you do not yet realize your importance.
I'm here to announce that I'm not a Freemason.
I guarantee it.
I'm not a Freemason.
I guarantee it.
I guarantee it. Luke, I am the Father.
I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
I guarantee. Will you stop saying that?
I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
My guarantee.
No curvature. As catchy as it is informative. Everything you kids learned in science class is a crock of baloney. God is not alone. There are tons of flat earthers out there,
Yo, it's like this, y'all. That, y'all. This, y'all. That, y'all. Yeah, snap the neck for some live effects. It's like this, y'all. That, y'all. This, y'all. That, y'all. Yeah. Biggity bumps, biggity bumps, biggity bump. I got that open up a bump, but I can be fire, bold, diddly bump. So be the piper. I'm hyper than Pinocchio's nose, cause I'm a super califragilistic tic-tac-toe. He gave my oopsie daisy. Now you got the crazy, crazy with the books. Googly goo, where's the gravy? So 1, 2, Pokemon, Shoe dabba do, hibbity hoo, crack a roof, the trick or treats, mama feet. I drippity drop the hit. Some folks get on your mark and spark that old stutter. Just raps and double dashes, so we can smack some face kids. The boogity woogity Brooklyn boys about to get hit big. My waist bones connected to my hip bone. My hip bones connected to my thigh bone. My thigh bones connected to my knee bone. My knee bones connected to my hickety ha ha ha. Tippity dabba do, jabbing at your funny bone. Skip the whole routine. I'd rather have a honeycomb or preferably the sesame. Let's make me spark the blood. Dun 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 dun. Word up, some thoughts effects. Check it, some thoughts effects. They wanna say what? Yeah, it's like this, y'all. This, y'all. Well, I'll be darned. Sipping me timbers, though. Head for the hills. I picked the wheat mill. What? So back up, bucko. I pulverize my gun because this little piggy gets busy and stuff. I read with dirty, I'm a dirty honky tonk. I get swift. I call the stuff I love. I get to smoke the boogaloo split. I got the nooks, the granny, the nitty gritty, 40 those some all aboard. Cast away. Where's my bungalow? Steaming agony. Why is everybody always picking on me? They want me putting in pain and that's my game. You ask me again, and I'ma tell you the same, cause I'm the mogul Benjamin Tommy, huh? Stick 'em up free, so what? No pork sausages, mom, please. 8-6 shoots the breeze with these shoots is rip crazy, crazy shots, 7 black, and I shot the dip, and that's pretty sneaky, sis, so yo, I got my socks on, my socks on, my list is what? I'll be trying to slide, come on, to rob me, silly skirt, diggity dun, 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 they wanna vex, what? They wanna vex, say what? Yeah, they wanna vex, y'all. Yeah, it's like this, y'all. This, y'all. They wanna vex, what? They wanna vex, check it out. Word up. That's the new LP, you know what I'm saying? Setting it off a little something like this. On 1-2, Heidi, hold up, I'm coming around the stretch, so here, fighter boy. Fetch, boy, fetch, I got the rope, a dope, a slippery choker, look at me get raw. And I'm the hickory, dickory, top of the morning, boogaloo, picture. With the yippity, zippity, zippity, the boom, the bad, the boy, the blue. Black, you got the word up, I swing that too, so they can move, I give a hoot and stop a troop, but out of strain, like rock, stove, beat, go, train. I speak in spark, a slip, and give a twist like chubby chaka. I take my fruit loops with two scoops and make it a double decker, old fence. The beat comes to Babadook, a Babaloo. Ooh, a babaloo, lookity moo, I heard you Gucci, the Susie, the figgity flamma groupie, the Jaja, tibbity dabba dabba, hoochie coochie, tally yo hops, I take my stove tops instead of potatoes, so I shoot the punk now, nah, shoot the punk later, bang. I used to have it on the bigger, what's his name, also what B, higgity I, higgity M-G-O, yo, you do the hokey pokey, turn yourself around, huh, so dun 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 dun, say what, check it out, 1994, boy. Straight up suicide. Nas Effects representing, boy, the books in reverse. Please, Jay, you know what I'm saying? Setting it like that. Come get some if you want. Bring it. It's like this, y'all. That, y'all. This, y'all. That, y'all. Yeah, snap a neck for some live effect.